Run, run, run. That was the only thing on his mind. You must escape. You must live. That was the message his body seemed to scream. His legs could no longer bear the pain. Weakness enveloped every inch of him, and his strength was beginning to fail. How he ended up in a wild, thick forest like this was no mistake. It was his ignorance, not someone else's fault. And finally, his body gave out. His legs grew too weak, and he lay helplessly on the cold ground. "Andrew, get up, please." He looked up at his younger sister. Her eyes no longer sparkled with their usual beauty. They were filled with sheer terror. Why had he involved her in his mess? "Look who we have here," came a voice, cold, evil, and stained with the scent of tobacco. It was close now, too close. Andrew knew that only a miracle could save them. "You know what, Andrew?" the man muttered as he grabbed Andrew's sister by the hair. Her scream of pain echoed deep into Andrew's heart. "If only you had listened to my advice earlier, none of this would be happening." The man slapped her across the face with brutal force and shoved her hard against a tree. He gave a faint, satisfied smile. Slowly, he ran his fingers down her face to her neck. "Andrew, your sister has such soft skin. She would have been fun to have on my bed." But he turned toward Andrew with a grim, sick smile. "I think I'd enjoy tearing her skin apart more, just to know what it really feels like." He stepped back and reached for his weapons, a long, rusted axe and a short knife. Looking from the blade to Andrew, he smiled and asked, "Which one should we use for this little experiment?" He licked his lips while staring at Andrew's sister. Lying helplessly on the ground, Andrew tried to move, but again his body failed him. "I beg you, let her go. You can do whatever you want with me. Please." Before he could even finish saying please, the man had already slit her throat with the knife. Laughing, he sliced her again, and again, and again, humming a nursery rhyme, letting out little chuckles between cuts. He went down to her stomach, stabbing deep, then tearing it open, digging like he was searching for treasure. Andrew kept screaming, but it didn't change anything. His sister was being butchered like an animal right in front of him. Moaned the man as blood gushed out from her body, splashing across his face. He licked it from his lips and looked at Andrew with a twisted grin. "That was nice," he said, "wasn't it?" He began to walk toward Andrew, axe in hand, dragging it across the forest floor. The sound it made was metallic and unwavering. "Andrew, you're disturbing the peace of the forest," the man said softly. Andrew stared at him, his eyes full of disgust and hatred. He stopped screaming, and then he spoke, voice trembling. "You disgusting SOB." The man laughed out loud and crouched down to Andrew's level. "Well, let's see who's begging later." Raising the axe, he used the wooden handle to strike Andrew hard on the head. Andrew's eyes began to close. His ears rang with a piercing sound, and on his lips was the name of his sister. Before darkness swallowed everything. The end.